Here with Arizona State head coach Kenny Dillingham and Brian Swette. Brian just making a humongous contribution to the ASU football program, endowing the ASU head football coach position, the current title that you're currently holding. Brian, I know you and your family have made significant contributions to Arizona State University across many years before this. So why was now the right time to make this, large endowment to this program?
Well, as everybody knows, that there's a somewhat of an arms race in college football today to support, and we have a great group of coaches led by Kenny, and it's time for the community and individuals to step up to support him, and so that's the reason why there's no better time than now.
And Kenny, how significant is a contribution like this to the impact that this can have on this program? I know back in December you were calling upon a seven-figure donation could be the game changer for this program, and now $10 million. How much of a dent does that make?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's a game changer, like you alluded to. In this world we live in of somewhat of an arms race, right? We can get it through the masses, and that's what I say, activate the valley. The masses can create, really powerful numbers. But when one person really says, watch this, watch what we are going to do as a family, watch what I am going to do to show the support that I believe and the momentum that I believe we have as a football program, and I want to be at the forefront of it. I want to be one of the people that does it first. I want to jump in right now, and I want to try to create people to follow me. That takes a special person. A lot of people wait and then try to get involved. He's been here since I got here. From the day that I got here, he moved out here from California to get more invested in the program. And I think those actions are just showing that he's not just all in from a financial standpoint. Brian is all in from a involvement standpoint, and he wants to see this program grow.
Well, Kenny was looking for a billionaire, but he didn't get it. But I'm glad he got someone,
And Brian, him just talking about that, you literally moving out here to Arizona, to help be more involved with this program.
Yeah, and the larger impetus for me is Arizona State University and the importance that it has to the state. And we have a couple other investments in the university, but I'm a firm believer that success on the football field will translate to ultimately big success for ASU in terms of our brand, in terms of our community involvement, even our political influence, and college experience. So I think it's a great way for us to bring people together and grow Arizona State.
And like you said, the Sun Devil football brand is a critical piece in growing the brand of Arizona State as a whole. Yeah. And with endowing this position that this man to your left holds, what confidence do you have in his ability to be the leader of this program?
Well, when I discussed this with my wife, the first thing that she said, she goes, "We only invest in winners." And I'm ready to invest. So much confidence in Kenny, and there's confidence across multiple dimensions. Obviously, we want a great football mind. We have that, but we also want a great leader of men and a great leader of staff. And so, we have that with Kenny. It also helps that we have somebody that loves the state and loves the university. So I think those characteristics in total, suggest that we've got somebody here that's, really important to the state and the program. And like I said, we're going to have success.
And Kenny, Brian mentioned it off the top, the arms race in college football right now, really in college sports in general. So what does this endowment do and enable for you guys to do that you weren't maybe able to do before?
Yeah, I mean, it bridges the gap. I mean, it continues to bridge the gap. It's funny because in today's, it's an arms race, right? The race isn't over. So this allows us, right, to catch up. It allows us to run faster in this race, but everybody else is still sprinting. So it's really the beginning of what I think is something bigger. It's the first major, since I've been here, individual gift to the football program that really can start and affect and get other people wanting to jump on board with what he did. And doesn't have to be at the level he did, right? But everything
why
counts.
not?
But why not, right? But everything counts.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everything counts,
Yeah.
and that's what this is about. And he alluded to it. ASU football, Arizona State. It's a pillar. I grew up here when Arizona State was out of town. Like, you would drive to games, there was like dirt on your way to the games. It was like, oh, we're going to Tempe. It was like a journey to get there. And you look at it now, and like I was talking to a recruit, we're right in the middle of this thing. We are the hub of this entire city now. So why not us? And I think what he's done is he's really made it known that we're going to be in the game here. I'm going to make a decision that I'm going to put us in the game. Now let's get other people to rally around us and him and the community as a whole, and let's continue to be in this race.
Yeah.
And Kenny mentioned you getting into the game, calling upon others, you each being ASU alumni. What would each of your guys' message to be to fellow Sun Devil alumni about the importance and urgency of getting involved and supporting Sun Devil athletics and Sun Devil football?
Go ahead, Kenny.
I think you should go. You were the one who got involved.
Well, if you love the state, if you love the university, you want to see economic success, you want to see a great college experience, you want to see us be a national brand, you don't want to see us in the shadows relative to Texas, then it's time for you to get off the sidelines and get in the game. And you can do that in any way you choose. But no more on the sidelines, no more sleeping giant. Let's do it now.
Yeah. And how would you say our power is numbers, and our power is we got a whole bunch of people who live here that want fun. There is not a better thing to do than Saturday, a sold-out college football game for a team that's winning and relevant. Like, just from that perspective, that is fun. And what that will then do for the city, right, we've already seen it. We've already seen how it brings people together, right, and what it does for the city. So this is something, getting off the sidelines and getting involved, can be something that is fun, and the city benefits from it at the same time. And getting involved could be anything from flying a flag to buying a bumper sticker, right, to donating $100. Whatever you do to get involved and show that you are a supporter of Arizona State University, Arizona State athletics, Arizona State football, that's what we mean by getting involved. Do something. Get involved in any way you can, right?
One other thing I just to jump on is that the players that Kenny and the staff have recruited, these are great young men. These are fabulous individuals. You would love to be at a dinner table with them. We have just a great group of young adults here, and they're getting developed, and they are becoming better men through the program.
And I'll infomercial this off of that real fast. Highest GPA in program history, our guys. Highest semester GPA in program history. Highest APR in program history, which basically means our kids are doing what they're supposed to do in program history. I don't know our graduate success rate yet. Most kids in the Barrett Honors College in program history. Most kids on the Dean's List in program history. Most kids with over a 3.0 in program history. So the kids we're bringing into the city through the recruitment are people that we're going to want to stay here and work in this city. We're not going to want these athletes to leave. After they go pro and when they move back here, you're going to want to hire these guys to work for you, to work with you, to work alongside you, because they're going to be competitors and they're going to be intelligent.
And that leads me into kind of my final point that I wanted to touch on is not wanting these guys to leave. A big part of this, was roster retention, coaching staff retention. How critical is that in this day and age of college football, being able to keep a team together, because it's so hard to do now?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I tell every recruit this, we're not about recruiting, we're about retention. I want to retain our players. In the last 2 years, we've lost 3 starters to the portal. I'd consider that pretty good in a retention world in today's day and age of college sports and the success we've had. I would say that's a successful, trade-off for us. But I think for us, it's all about retention. And what is retention? It's support, like Brian's giving over here. It's businesses getting involved in the way they can get involved. It's the Valley feeling that it matters to our guys. Like when the Phoenix Suns invite our guys out to do a meet and greet and they're sitting courtside. Are you kidding me? That's pretty cool. Like it's when CJ Fight shoots out the first shot. It's when our team goes out and throws out the first pitch. Like the things that the Valley can create for retention, for recruitment, is unlike most places. So by combining, what I like to say, with Brian and his gift, combined with what the Valley has, if we can just continue the momentum, we're never there, we're always going, right? The future's endless.
Yeah, there's a couple programs with a couple billionaires behind it. We have basically the largest metro area and the largest alumni base. Community can beat an individual.